Hey Gemini, welcome back to Owlchemist Tarot, serving tarot straight up. So this is your August monthly reading, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. Please subscribe so you know when new videos go up. And then if you're a return subby, thank you so much for the follow and the comments and likes and all the great things that you do to support me in this channel. I really do appreciate it. So I'm going to be pulling one card from the Soul's Journey Oracle deck, and then energy around money, career, love, communication, things that you really need to be aware of in August, and then a card for each week of the month, okay? So let's see what's going on for our dear Geminis, my fellow air sign. I'm an Aquarius, so Geminis, what's going on in August? And I've shuffled pretty extensively offline, but I always like to shuffle a little bit on camera. Some people like to see it. Some people like to see it. Gemini, what's going on? Oh, okay. You got two cards, so we'll go ahead and just take both of them. Interesting. This is kind of a interesting set of cards. You have loneliness and gratitude. So it says loneliness is I know that I'm never alone, which you're not, okay? You're not ever alone. Gratitude, I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. You know, Gemini, I think for some of you, to be fair, I feel like you are understanding what it means to have, you know, your people, your tribe. So the loneliness factor, maybe you're recalibrating and trying to figure out who really needs to be and stay in your life. As we evolve and as we go through different ascensions and journeys and just experiences in life, there are some people who we care about and love and have been in our lives for a very long time who just may not be, or who may not be meant to continue in our life experiences, and that is okay. It doesn't mean that it's easy. So for some of you, you might be going through a little bit of that, but I think ultimately you're seeing that the higher level perspective of your relationships, and it's better to almost be alone than rather have a lot of people who are around you who don't value you, respect you, and who are just fake. It's like snakes in the grass, you know what I mean? So I would say that for many of you, you're kind of going through that type of experience, and that's not easy. So just take it for what it is. And ultimately, you want people around you who are going to cheer when your back is turned and give you the straight, hard truth to your face. That is a friend. Okay, let's see what's going on, Gems. What's going on with you in August? In August, let's see what's happening. All right. Okay, career. Interesting. Okay. So this month, we were talking about relationships and kind of the whole your vibe attracts your tribe, and really kind of looking at who's in your circle, right? And that we want to kind of understand that it's better to be alone than deal with fake personalities, people who really don't care about you and are just riding coattails or just there for the good time, not really the long time. And we got Three of Pentacles for the bottom energy of the deck. Now, this can be really focusing on your partnerships, focusing on people who want to build with you, who want to grow with you, who want to, who understand what you're trying to achieve and who want to help you on that journey. Whether that's just emotional support or actually getting their hands dirty with you and getting shit done, right? So Three of Pentacles is all about strategic partnerships. So this can certainly be in business. This can be maybe you and your partner might be looking at going into business together, or just building, but you want somebody who's going to be in the boat rowing the same direction as you. So that could be a group of people, a person. This is really looking at your relationships and seeing who is in it. It's almost like you're not going to ride in the limousine if you weren't going to be willing to ride and sit with me on the bus, period, right? So it's really trying to look at people's motives and are they in alignment with yours? So in your money sector, we got Eight of Swords. So Gems, this is not the time to be effing around with the money and trying to assume that all's up on the up and up if you really have not taken a hard look at what's going on. For some of you, I know who have like kiddos and you might have gotten like that tax return or whatever the case is. I think for some of you, you really kind of need to take a harder deep dive in the details, in the weeds, look at your financial landscape, your portfolio. Is it where it needs to be? For a lot of you, it's almost like you're scared to look at it. You don't want to deal with the whole finances because you know that there's some things that are like ugly and you're just like, oh, I don't want to come to terms. It could be debt. It could be credit card debt. It's like mounting up and you're just like, oh, I don't want to deal with it. But you've got to start somewhere. And if you choose to ignore and not like face it head on and just like pretend like, oh, if I just don't think about it, it's just going to go away. No, it is not. It's going to just gain interest and go up, which we don't want. So for a lot of you, this Eight of Swords is like really coming to terms with your finances and even taking a hard look at what your spending habits are. And no one loves doing that. I mean, I certainly don't. But in a way, if you're trying to, if you have a goal, if you have somewhere that you want to achieve or do or experience, but you need the funds, then you're kind of looking at how do I get to that path from A to B. There was a really interesting book that I read where it's like if you really want to get into or have an idea of what your spending is like, start writing everything down. That includes bills, that includes like going and getting gas, that includes food, that includes buying a pack of gum. And when you force yourself to write everything down, like on a pad of paper, it makes you second guess and kind of rethink, is it a need versus a want? So there's a lot of that going on with the finances. Career. A lot of you are starting fresh. You're jumping into a whole new gig. This can be a new industry, literally a new company, or it may be a new job within your own company or firm, organization. Kind of like taking it as it comes, and it's maybe for some of you, this is a higher level role or a role with more responsibilities, and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna learn as I go. This is, the Fool card is literally just jumping in it and seeing how it ends up. This is having a very optimistic type of perspective and outlook and viewpoint though. So it's a positive attitude, and like any person in a new role, you have to start somewhere. You're new, okay? So this is learning as much as you can, reaching out to people who are higher level than you, get an understanding, do your own research. You can only fake it for so long, so you do have to put the work in. For some of you who are building your own business or, like wanting to expand, whether it's affiliate marketing or, an Etsy shop or, learning how to do trading, whatever it is, you're kind of just doing it. You're just kind of like, let's just see how it goes. I had this conversation earlier with a client on a reading, like, there's no exact blueprint for an entrepreneur and saying if you do all these steps, then you're going to be successful in the next 3 to 6, 9, 10 months, whatever. It's really up to you. It's the dedication you want to put in, it's consistency. And a lot of it is that your business is different and unique from anyone else because you are different than anyone else. So you literally have to pave the way and create your own blueprint. So yes, you can read books, and yes, you can take advice, and yes, you can get insights, but ultimately you have to do it, and you have to go with your head up, willing to receive and willing to deal with the opportunities as they come. This is bravery. This is courage. This is taking change and rolling with the punches and not being so rigid. Gemini, you're not that rigid just in general, but I mean, you're just going to have to like listen to your own guidance, intuition on this one. Okay. Your love. So High Priestess, okay. So High Priestess, for some of you, this is really, so for couples, number one, I think for a lot of you, this is, I think as a unit, whether you're married or you're, just with another person, you are looking at each other in a different light. For some of you, you're going through kind of a spiritual awakening. Maybe both of you are. Spirituality might be taking a more stronger role in your relationship. For some of you, there is a person that is maybe coming from more of a religious background and looking at it from a more spiritual standpoint now. In their life, they've just kind of feel like that's what they're more drawn to. This is also accepting your partner's shadow side, the light and the dark, which that doesn't equate to good or bad. That has nothing to do with it. We all have parts of ourselves that we keep hidden, even from our loved ones. I mean, there's just things that we don't necessarily want to share, at least right away. So for some of you, you might be learning something about your partner, or they might be learning something about you that you've kind of kept under wraps. It's not that you've been lying to them. It's just something that you haven't been comfortable or, just ready to share. That's okay. But the High Priestess is saying that it's really the duality within you makes you you. So if your partner loves you and respects, and there's compassion and care and all of those wonderful things that you should have in a relationship, then they need to accept all of you. Okay. Singles, I do feel like for you guys are, I don't see that you're taking, High Priestess to me is just kind of, when it comes to finding love, it's not chasing. It's really about the law of attraction. It's about figuring out what you want in a relationship, who you want to be with, your ideal partner, and really leveraging your intuition. Now, one thing I want to say, whether you're partnered or single, the High Priestess is known as the keeper of the secrets. So there could be things that are hidden that are starting to come up. Hence the reason why I was saying, if you're in a relationship already, like there could be something that it's like a surprise or a little bit of a shock to the system, but ultimately it's that what makes that person ticks or makes them who they are. So you need to respect that. As a single, as an individual, I think for a lot of you, you're maybe finding out more about yourself and what you want in a relationship. It's like the whole dating, situation, kind of like this, hamster wheel of going on these dates or talking endlessly on chat or text, and that you feel ghosted or whatever. It's kind of like you're looking for something with more deepness. Somebody who does have that kind of spiritual perspective and they see things in a different way. And really this is about aligning. This is not about chasing someone. This is sitting your ass down, Gemini, and manifesting the person that you want. And I don't mean it has to be specifically a certain person. I mean your ideal person. Okay? Think about who that is, how they feel, how they make you feel, Think about that. Communication, and just kind of approach this month. Gemini, the Justice card came out. This represents Libra. Libra is all about the scales need our balance. Like Libra loves it when things are balanced and even keel. There's a rhyme and a reason, a cause and effect. Things make sense. Things flow. I think for a lot of you, you're going to be very, for some of you, you might be dealing with like attorneys or legal jargon. That might be something you have to deal with this month. The Justice in the upright usually means it's going to go in your favor, so it's not something negative. I would say if you're communicating, especially at work, I would say this is kind of starting off and making sure that you record things, that you take really good notes, that you are communicating effectively, using active language, and also this is covering your ass. This is, like keeping track of things. It's not to say that there's something negative on the horizon, but it's just like protection, because the Justice is all about making sure that things are honest and forthright, and there is a true balance. There is a rhyme and a reason to things, and it's like you don't want to be caught off guard down the road because you weren't diligent. This is really being kind of tedious with notes and like being very specific in detail, not leaving room for error. Okay, so when it comes to communication, keep that in mind this month. First week of August, you got Queen of Pentacles, Gemini. So really looking at, it's under the Eight of Swords. If you want to get to this Queen of Pentacles type of vibration, meaning stable, secure, the Queen of Pentacles knows how to make money. You can give the Queen of Pentacles $1, she or he will give you 50. This is somebody who knows how to invest. I'm just saying that if you want to get to this level of prosperity and abundance and have money come to you more effortlessly, you need to start getting comfortable with money, and you can't pretend like there's an issue, that there's not an issue when there probably might be something there. It's uncomfortable, but the more you face something head on, that fear kind of removes itself, and you do need to, and then you're able to kind of look at things in a very leadership, higher level position. When you have a grasp on things, especially finances, you're able to make clear, more effective choices. Okay. Second week, you got 6 of Cups, which was right under that Fool card. I really feel like you're going to be entering the second week a little bit lighter, and it could be because you're taking a more of a assertive role with your finances, or you're taking kind of an assertive role in your life in general, getting organized, clearing out clutter, clearing out shit. The 6 of Cups is feeling, it's kind of like going back to that childlike state. My dog just came in. Don't panic. The door didn't just open on it by itself. I know some of you just probably peed your pants a little. The 6 of Cups is really kind of reconnecting and remembering when you were the most happy. Like, what were you doing? What were you, what were the activities? What, was the job? What were the people who were the people you around that you were having a wonderful time and you just felt like, a kid again, or you felt like yourself. And this is taking kind of a really, sometimes even a naive, innocent type of approach, which really fits the Fool card, because that is the Fool. It's like you're going into a situation like blind. You're going in fresh pair of eyes and you're just like, okay, we're just gonna see what happens. And having this kind of happy-go-lucky, carefree attitude, and I really feel the second week, it's gonna be lighter for you. Third week, reality might set in a little that, under this High Priestess, you have the Knight of Pentacles, who is the slowest moving knight, but the most methodical, very smart, very effective, really looking at what needs to be done, observing, not necessarily acting right away, like taking a good, it's almost like, I can't even think of the word that I want to use. Almost like a overview or SWOT analysis. Like you're kind of like observing and seeing how everything kind of falls into place. The Knight of Pentacles is things are going to be slowly coming to the surface. Things are slowly going to be emerging. You are slowly going to getting your feet more firmly on the ground when it comes to this third week. And that makes sense. I mean, you're kind of like moving from this full childlike, innocent, let's just see what happens. Yes. And then you kind of reality sets in and you're kind of taking a little bit more, okay, it's going to take me a good couple months to really get an idea of what the hell I'm supposed to do and to get more, comfortable with the language and the culture, or, to understand this person's like perspective, yada, yada. But this is going to take some time. Okay. Fourth week, one thing I'm going to tell you is that Gemini, this is such a pain in the ass card to get. I'm not going to lie to you. The 7 of Swords. This can kind of be this rebellious Aquarian type of energy vibe. 7 of Swords can be self-sabotaging, but it can also be people around you might be trying to self-sabotage your success. This is why, under the Justice card, this is why you need to cover your butt when it comes to communication. Make sure you watch your tone, reread the emails. Don't send it right away if there's something that you're kind of flustered with. This can be on a personal or professional level, so across the board. Take a step back before you speak. Really listen to what the other party is saying. I'm just telling you, they keep saying take notes. I don't know why, but just do it if you feel inclined or this resonates. The 7 of Swords can mean sometimes that you might trip yourself up, but ultimately somebody might try to pull a fast one over you, and you being so diligent and having this type of legal, very detailed, very organized state of mind, took notes, and you're like, no, that's not what we agreed on. That's not what the contract says. That's not what you said, blah, 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 this date at this time. So I'm just telling you, this could be a good thing just to kind of document, because somebody might try to pull a fast one in the near or distant future. Thank you, Gemini, for watching. If you are not subscribed, do so. Also, please follow me on TikTok and Instagram because I post there quite a bit. And I cannot wait to read for you again. Have a wonderful rest of the month.